Greetings and welcome back to week number 6. We are watching obviously we're watching Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Mr. Kowalski, you gotta try the Pawanskis.
Hi, welcome back to week number 6. First off, I just want to quickly apologise because I know this video is about 2 weeks late. I'm sorry about that. I did want to get out sooner. But without any further ado, we are back and yeah, I'm going to quickly catch up. I'm still watching the films, by the way. I'm about 60 films in now. It is the 1st of March, so yeah, I just need to quickly get over these parts. So, first off, we watched Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Right, so obviously Harry Potter week was the last one, the last video out. And obviously after Harry Potter finished, Fantastic Beasts come out, and they're not as good as Harry Potter. Out of the three, I'm gonna say the first one, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, is the best one. So the best of the three. I do like Newt Scamander as the new protagonist. He's not as good as Harry Potter, obviously, but he works as a protagonist, and I think Jacob Kowalski, he's really funny. I think he brings so much comedic relief to the films. And we've got other characters like Queenie and stuff. And I do like how it's a prequel to Harry Potter, so that works well. And it's just, I think the concept is good, but it just wasn't particularly done well. Like Urza Miller, you know, his character is like, Urza Miller's kind of like one of them actors is kind of like, alright, let's see what you can do. He's not a bad actor, but I think he's put in weird roles and it doesn't quite fit him. And Urza Miller's quite, I don't know why I'm talking about Urza Miller so much. It's not Urza Miller, it's really not. It's literally just the writing of the film. I think it could have been done better. It was a bit confusing as well, it was a bit hard to follow. That might just be me, but I think that this one was a bit hard to follow. Oh, that's a plot twist at the end at least, but yeah, I think it could have just been done a bit better. I will give it a 5.5 out, no, I'll give it a 6 out of 10. I'll give this one a 6 out of 10 because there are good aspects to the film. I do think it could be much better though. I think it's obvious which one we are watching today, The Crimes of Grindelwald. Number 2, my tire for you is Harry Potter, and then like some random wherever that is.
Congratulations on your engagement, Jacob.
Wait, what?
Next up, as you saw, we had the sequel, Fantastic Beasts, Crimes of Grindelwald, and this kind of more follows Grindelwald. And this film we actually delve into Hogwarts a bit more, and obviously because it's a prequel, you see a lot of first off, it's a bit weird seeing like Dumbledore and stuff as different actors. It's kind of a mess. It's hard to like register in your brain who's who, because it's just, they look nothing like when you got used to them in Harry Potter. This film, I think, it dragged a lot. I didn't really like this film too much. It kind of just, I can't really remember a lot of her as well because it just didn't stick with me. I remember the start, it was Hogwarts, stuff happened, and then at the end then we got Grindelwald in this big ring. Urza Miller's character's back. I can't even remember if that was explained how he's back. And there's a big fiery circle, and Queenie teams up with Grindelwald. Urza Miller goes with Grindelwald, and there's a lot of people just joins Grindelwald for some reason, and I'm like, what's going on? And then that's just like kind of the end of the film. Like, they lose a bunch of allies, and yeah, I think this film is the one that ends on the cliffhanger that Urza Miller's character is a Dumbledore, which I think is that's a good concept. I do like that. But overall, I didn't really like this film. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10. It was just a bit weak. I didn't really enjoy it that much. For the record, quickly, I'm giving it a 4 out of 10 just because I think Jacob Kowalski being in it, he brings you up a bit because he's really funny still. Right. Day number 3 of week 6. I'm absolutely knackered. I've got a cold, so I'm just in bed now. Got me a cup of tea, and I got a little chocolate mini egg. And I'm gonna watch. Let me turn the camera around. Obviously, it's the last Harry Potter film we got, Secrets of Dumbledore. So let's just get right into it, then finish Fantastic Beasts. Because to be honest with you, spoilers for the little review part, it's not as exciting as Harry Potter.
Delicately.
I'm sniveling like you're sniveling.
I don't believe you are.
Fantastic Beasts and the Secret of Dumbledore. I think this one is a much better film, as opposed to the last one, but it's still not as good as the first one. Like I said, they aren't the best films, but if I'm going to rank them, it'll be the first one, the third one, then the second one. I like how this one does delve more into Dumbledore and his character. I like how him and Grindelwald used to be allies, and they made this pact to not harm each other. I think that's a cool concept. Again, it's just, the concepts are really good in the film. It's just, I don't think it was executed as well as it could have been. I think this one was much better though. I do like the ending as well. How Grindelwald is this big threat. And then, obviously, you see Emilla's character standing up against Grindelwald, who then goes to attack him, but then Dumbledore steps in and kind of blocks the attack, which breaks the spell. They can't harm each other. I think that's a good loophole that they went through, and I think that was done well. And then obviously Grindelwald then kind of falls off the cliff and disappears, so it leaves you open for a full film. There probably will be a full film, so yeah, let's not look forward to that. I'm being too harsh. The fourth one could be fantastic, but the first three weren't as good as Harry Potter, I'll tell you that much. So I do think the third one though, I'll give that a 5 out of 10. I think that's reasonable. 4, 5, and 6 out of 10 for all three of these. This is film number 4 of week 6, and I might not be able to record much of it because I'm gonna have to watch it on my phone, and it's hard to. I don't think I can record Netflix on my phone when I'm using my phone to watch the film. This was a strange film on Netflix, kind of pregnant. Yeah, it literally just came out well, about 2 weeks ago now because I'm filming in the future. But it was a bit weird. I found it on Netflix and I was like, oh, this has just come out. It's a comedy, and I was like, it looks good, so I'll check it on. You know, I just wanna, I do like to sit down and have a laugh, so I checked it on. It's a nice comedy, and it didn't disappoint. It was really weird, to be fair, but it didn't disappoint. It was really funny parts. I think this is a type of comedy where it's not like a cinematic masterpiece where the story is impeccable, whatnot. I think the story is just okay at best, and I think the main thing about the film is the comedic aspect, which is completely fine because that's mainly where comedy is. Yeah, this woman, she really wants to have a baby, so she pretends to be pregnant, but then realizes it's bad. But then by then she's in too deep to come out and say she faked being pregnant, because that's kind of like a messed up thing to do. So she kind of has to go with it, and in the end she gets exposed, and a bunch of stuff happens, and obviously she gets redeemed in the end, and everything works out, film logic like. But yeah, I think it was funny. It does have this funny parts. I would recommend, if you want to sit down and just have a little, don't think too much, just sit down, switch your mind off and have a laugh. Watch this film, it's quite good. I'll probably give it a 6 out of 10, just because it is good, but it's not perfect. Was funny though, so that's what gets to the 6 out of 10. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. It is the 14th of February. I think, and because I'm sad and have no girlfriend, I'm watching Love Again, a love film, because I have no love. So, let's just get right into it, because I'm lonely. I hope you have a fantastic Valentine's Day, though. As you saw, I spent my Valentine's Day watching a film because I am sad. 2 weeks later, nothing has changed. I'm still watching films. So, let's get right into it. Love Again. Yeah, I think this one was the best. It might just be because I can't relate to the feeling of being loved. I'm really sorry, actually. I'm not actually sad about that. I mean, I would like a girlfriend, like, but I know this is like a therapy session now. Okay. I don't think it was the best film. It was a bit, the story was a bit strange. This girl loses her husband, and like a year or two later, a new guy gets her husband's old number, and she kind of texts her dead husband's phone number, just as if she's still alive. And then obviously this new guy's getting the messages, and then they run into each other and fall in love. And then obviously the new guy can't just be like, hey, I've been getting your messages to your dead husband, because that's weird. So a bunch of stuff goes on, they fall in love, they whatnot. And then at the end, then she discovers he's been getting the messages, and she's like, oh my god, I hate you, even though it's not even his fault. He's you know, he had a new phone and she's been texting him. And it's been, to be fair, you have to sympathise with him. It's a bit awkward being like, I'm getting your messages to your dead husband. No, but obviously, again, film logic, then they kind of both forgive each other and fall in love again. So, yeah, I'm doing a crap job of explaining it, but I think it's basically what happened. So I'm going to give this one a 5 out of 10, because it's alright, I guess. I suppose it's a decent film, but, you know, nothing too exciting.
Look, the symbols match. This could help us find them.
Wait, you mean to tell me our mom's in witness protection? Like, what they do with mob guys? I'm not allowed to get involved with criminal activity.
Kids, look, a long time ago, your mom got into some bad things with some very dangerous people. The Pescatrici Syndicate.
This one was a funny one, The Sleepover. So basically, this mother is a former, like, thief, who kind of went on heists to steal stuff, and obviously then, a part of a government protection program. She got to start a new life, move countries, new identity, start a family, have children, and then kind of years years later, she gets roped back into it. Her husband and her get kidnapped when her kids are having a sleepover in the garden, and then her kids are left in to try and hunt down their parents and try and save them, and discover that their mother's like this former crime boss. Well, no, she wasn't a crime boss, she was a part of like a crime team who went on heists to steal expensive stuff. And kind of is just like this big, then it's like this big funny heist film, and it mainly follows the kids, but then also shows the wife being roped back into another heist, like one last heist. So yeah, it's a decent film. Again, a lot of comedy in it. I don't think the story was alright. It was engaging. It wasn't perfect, but it was, you know, I wanted to see where the story went. And at the end then, it had a nice conclusion. It all come back full circle. So, yeah, I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Yeah, I'll give it, I think that's fair.
Think that I like TV shows.
I Saw the TV Glow is certainly a strange one. I probably said that about 2 or 3 films in this video, but it is quite a strange one. I don't even know where to begin. A rundown of the story. This little boy, I don't know, he's going to the school, and he sees this girl reading a book about this show called The Pink Opaques, I think. And he's like, oh, what's that show about? And she tells him, and he kind of reads a bit, but he's not allowed to watch it himself, and because it's more of a girly show, and his father is a bit strict. And then she invites him over to her house. This is another time now, and they get into the show, and they kind of grow up watching it together. and then one day she disappears, the girl, and about 10 years pass, and the boy's an adult, and he hasn't watched Pink because when the girl disappeared, the show got cancelled, and then one day she returns and kind of tries to tell him our lives were the characters in the show, and our characters were buried alive, and the world they live in now is like this fictional world, they're not themselves, and to return to their actual lives, the characters in the show, they have to bury themselves, and obviously the guy doesn't believe her and thinks she's nuts, and then she disappears again, presumably went back to her life in the show, and then the guy kind of lives his life miserable, and at the end then he kind of has this realization, that she was right, and he kind of cuts open his chest. It's kind of like a metaphor, really. He has a breakdown, he goes to the bathroom, cuts open his chest, you know, it's like a metaphor. You can, like, he sees his true self inside, and he realizes what he is outside isn't reflective of what he is inside. So it's a I do think it's a trans allegory film, obviously, because it's kind of like being trapped in your own body, even though it doesn't feel like yours. So I think that's the purpose of the film, and I'll leave it up to other people to determine if it's good representation, because I'm not the best at that. Personally, me watching it, I thought it was alright. Again, it's a bit psychological. That's normally not my cup of tea, but I was watching it and I was kind of like trying to follow along. I will give it probably a 6.5 out of 10. Yeah, it's a bit makes you think. In the last film of week number 6 is Emilia Pérez, Oscar nominee. So must be good. Sorry, Zoe Saldana's in it, so it must be good. Okay, so quickly, first thing I didn't notice this film was only in Spanish, and I'm gonna keep it on because I think it'll be quite interesting to read. I'm gonna read the subtitles to understand what they're saying, but I think it'll be quite interesting to watch a Spanish film. No, I seen it on Netflix, and I was like, it was I think it's an Oscar nominee or a Grammy, or whatever they're called. Is like elected for an award, and I was like, oh, go on, check her on. What I did know is it's in Spanish, and about 5 minutes in, I was like, oh, am I gonna continue this? And I was like, you know what, I am, because this series is about watching films I never would have thought to watch, and I think that means more than just English films. It's for me to explore films outside of even my own language. And I did a bit of that last year with films like Parasite, as you've seen in my 100 film video. But this film, I think, it's just another one for a refined taste. I don't think it's not normally my cup of tea. It's about this crime boss, and he kind of wants to get out of it, and also wants to be a woman, and he gets this lawyer to help him start over and go through that process of transitioning, and that's basically what the film's about. And then at the end, then she gets caught up in the crime boss. She gets caught up about 10-15 years later in all her past life, and she gets killed, but she gets celebrated as the new person who she was. And I think the representation is important, and again, I can't tell you if it's good or bad. I really couldn't tell you. Just watching it myself though, I wouldn't say it's my cup of tea, but I did find it interesting, an interesting film. That again makes you think. So I will give it 4.5. I changed my mind for what I said in the actual video, so I'm re-recording this part now. Right, so this is going to be incorporated into week 6 because I'm finishing in now. I know obviously this Beast Games has been going since Christmas, Boxing Day. Second to last episode of Beast Games. Just the train one was brutal. This challenge, the split the 1 million was brutal. I think these people are wrong, and I respect those who took what they deserved. they're going to split it. 100,000 each.
But we didn't get the opportunity to do the same for ours.
No, but the first two people, after player one went, were greedy. And I respect these two people especially on screen, because they took less.
I'm hurt. I really am.
Over 1 year ago, Beast Games was created with a purpose.
I hope a 3-1 wins. Come on.
Little man, you did that for you.
Now, I watched Beast Games as well. Now, Beast Games is a series that came out on Boxing Day last year and has been coming out once a week since. But that's kind of hard for me to incorporate that into this series like that come out once a week. It's hard for me to incorporate into this series because obviously they come out once a week. So it's kind of like, what week am I gonna incorporate the series into? Wherever week I finish the series, I will put it in there. Anyway, enough of me rambling. Beast Games was it's a good show. I think it's obviously it's a reality show. It's a competition. It's basically a Mr. Beast challenge except blown to the extreme, and they give away $10 million. I think it was at the end. I think it was originally 5 million, but then it got doubled. Biggest reward in a game show. It was a really good show. I was rooting for a lot of people to win, and I think the winner who won absolutely did deserve the win. So I'm happy with that. He had probably the best cause out of everyone I've seen. Obviously, everyone deserves money. Everyone deserves to have that chance of living happily. But I do think out of everyone though, the reason he gave probably was the most worthy. I'm gonna give it a 8 out of 10 because it was really good. I'm not gonna give it like high marks because it's not like a story series, but it is an engaging series, so I'll give it an 8 out of 10 because it does deserve a high mark. And with that being covered, we have come to the end of week number 6. I'm going to get right into editing this now to get it out as soon as possible, and hopefully we can get episode number 7 out, and then we'll be hopefully caught up then by the end of week 8, because I'm in week 8 now, and that'll come out then as well. And then also I want to get back to my uni series because I got all of that recorded, the next episode of that recorded, so hopefully that will come out within the next week or two as well. So look forward, I'll see you all next one. Have a fantastic day.